All right, let's give a big trashy football welcome to our first ever guest, former Titans general manager JROB. John, thank you so much for squeezing us into your busy schedule.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'm just here in the office, watching some tape, watching some film. So happy to get to talk ball with you boys.
Awesome. We wanted to discuss some of General Manager Ran Carthon's big moves this offseason, and who better to break that down than someone who used to have that job. Can y'all hear me? Yes. Can y'all hear me? Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you. Testing.
You're
And
one.
we can hear you, Possum. Shit. Possum seems to be having some audio issues. I'm sure he'll figure it out. Meanwhile, JROB, we've got 3 dishes that Chef Ran is going to serve up.
Okay.
We will have you grade each one. All right. Let's see what Chef Ran is got first. A brand new Titans coaching staff featuring Brian Callahan as the head coach of the Tennesse Titans, Denard Wilson as the new defensive coordinator, Nick Holtz, offensive coordinator, and Bill Callahan as the offensive line coach.
Okay. First of all, I want to say, the let Ran cook is it's okay. It's no in J-Rob we trust. But it's okay. Being serious here, I can see what Ran is going for here. This reminds me a lot of the first coaching staff I put together for Mike Vrabel. The one before Mike started hiring all his drinking buddies. Brian is a young offensive mind with tons of experience around the league at a very high level. Mike was a leader of men, defensive mind, former Super Bowl champion. We paired Mike with Matt LaFleur, young hot commodity on the other side of the ball, and that's sort of how I see Denard Wilson. He's been a major part of some really top-notch defenses over the past few years. If he can translate that, then I expect he will get some looks as a head coach real soon.
Yeah.
The way LaFleur was picked off real quick, when you hire a top-notch coaching staff instead of your buddies, And if you remember, I paired Mike up with one of the best defensive coaches of all time, and Dean Pease to help him with his side of the ball. That was before Mike had his first little power trip there. And I really think Bill Callahan can have that kind of impact on the offensive line and the team as a whole. So I will say a few knocks, though. Nobody from the Patriots that I'm aware of. Hard to be the best if you're hiring guys not previously employed by the best. And I hate to bring this up, but it is a thing. Brian said on the Busboys pod show,
Bussin' with the boys,
he in fact would not cut off his penis for a Super Bowl. And if you're not willing to snip the callywhacker, then I have to question the commitment, at least just a little.
Real quick, did you say callywhacker?
Yeah. Look, I don't have to tell you boys. I've got eyes and ears in that facility to this day. Trust me, it's called the callywhacker, and I'm gonna say C+ on the coaching staff because of some of those knocks.
Okay. Alrighty then. Next dish. Next up from Chef Ran, some major free agency additions. Wide receiver Calvin Ridley, center Lloyd Cushenberry III, running back Tony Pollard, cornerback L'Jarius Sneed via trade with the Kansas City Chiefs, cornerback Chidobe Awuzie, and wide receiver Tyler Boyd.
Okay, great. I see you're going to play the whole jingle every time. That's great. Okay. Look, here's where I'm going to tinkle in a few folks' Cocoa Puffs, if you will.
What do you mean it's not working? I know it's okay.
This is way, and I mean way, too much investment in both the receivers and the cornerbacks. These are positions you can draft in the 5th or 6th round, UDFAs even. If you're real desperate, you go hire a 35-year-old corner with a cool nickname. Remember Jack Rabbit? You sign someone who was good 3 years ago. What you don't do is sign a bunch of pass catchers and pass defenders to big contracts. And you sure don't trade for a defensive back. Look, I like the knee stuff with this Sneed kid.
I mean, the injury.
But they should have been trading for a third, not trading away a third. Look at all these receivers. Those are draft capital if you know what you're doing. We know what a DeAndre Hopkins is.
1,000+ yard receiver.
We don't know what a third-round pick is. A third-round pick could be a Roman Wilson.
Yeah.
And who knows what a Roman Wilson is? He could be the next D-Hop.
Okay.
Ridley, I don't get it. That frame is not going to hold up to run blocking.
Okay.
It's a D. I'm being generous here. It's a D. Thank God Treylon is about to have a breakout season this year. You guys are all going to thank me for that one. All I can say is it's a D.
Okay, agree to disagree. That's why we wanted to hear your opinion, John. All right, next dish.
And in the draft, Chef Ran is serving up over 700 pounds of meat in the first 2 days, with the big boy J.C. Latham, offensive tackle from Alabama, being taken number 7 overall. And then on day 2, they draft T'Vondre Sweat, one of the best defensive tackles in the country, out of Texas at pick number 38.
Yeah, the big boy out of Alabama. I can see that. I don't love the injury history.
Does he have
one? No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
High upside. I'm sure Bill Callahan will get him pro ready. I mean, I'm not sure how many natty lights Bill can pound back in an hour, so he may not fit Vrabel's criteria. But I personally think Bill is a good coach. So if he says it's his guy, I respect that. I'd like to see a SoundCloud account from an O-line. I'd tell you that. At least a few banger rap tracks out there on the dark web. I'm not sure if JC really has any rap aspirations at all. And that's less than ideal.
Okay.
But if this JC is 30% as good as the JC upstairs, then Will Levis is going to be in good hands. Now, this Sweat kid, I tell you, a lot of people talking about character concerns after the DWI rumors. Maybe we struggled with our weight, sneaking fruit roll-ups, and our thigh pads, maybe. I love this pick. This pick is great.
Well, you don't have to say
I'm
like
serious.
That.
Of all the picks, this is a JROB pick right here.
Don't say that, John.
I'm 100% down.
Can y'all hear me?
Seriously,
John? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally,
We can hear you. Y'all never gonna believe this. The damn aux cable been unplugged this whole time. What I miss? Well, that's all the time we have. JROB, thank you so much for joining us.